So have you actually wondered what happens when you eat food? And how does that food, actually get to your cells? Well, this is a short kind of animation telling you all about that. So, first, if we look into this rice, we can see that there is two glucoses holding onto each other. This is known as starch. It's in pretty much every food that is plant-based. They're best friends. They're best friends. Maybe a little bit more than friends, but best friends. So, as we zoom out, Jimmy here, who hasn't brushed his teeth, is going to eat the rice. And there goes the glucose. It's sitting in his mouth. Now, there is this thing in your saliva. It's called amylase. Amylase is in your saliva. It breaks down starch into separate pieces. So here, amylase says, yo. And the glucose is like, yo. And then amylase says, you two should stop being friends. And so they stop being friends. And they no longer hold on to each other. Sad. But it's okay. They still friends, but they just don't hold hands anymore. So they go down to the stomach, and there's a third glucose there. Not actually, this is just for story purposes, but there's a third glucose there. And then, alright, so now they go down the stomach to this weird place. It has bumps all over everywhere. I don't know, there's just bumps. Well, this is actually the small intestine. Those bumps are called villi, and they're what capture that glucose and sugar and other things. So they're chilling. They're holding onto the villi, and then there's this thing. It's a thing. So it says yo, and then glucoses are like very confused, and then it reveals itself. I'm actually glut2, and the glucoses are in shock. They don't know how to react. Glut2 says, just come, just follow me, please. And so they walk through Glut2 into the blood vessel. Wow, how'd they get there? They wonder, but it's fine. There is, and then they notice there's a thing. They don't know what the thing is, but there's a thing. And they check it out. It's the pancreas. Oh wow. Okay. So now they're at the pancreas. But there's this weird vesicle thing. What is that? That's a beta cell. There's a fancy B. This is. Anyway, so the glucoses chat, and they decide to nominate one person to go into the pancreas, or one glucose to go into the pancreas. So one of the glucoses go into the side of the pancreas and lives the rest of their lives in there. And then they notice when the two glucoses, the remaining glucoses, join back into the blood vessel, they notice there's some weird things floating around. It's insulin. The insulin says, "Hi, I'm here to help you guys," and then glucose is very happy, and so they walk with insulin to this, and they notice this weird thing outside of their blood vessel, and they don't know what it is. So they walk towards it, and it's a muscle cell. Wow. Okay, that wasn't very surprising, but it's a muscle cell. So they go over to the entrance, but they notice there's this weird big thing, and they, hey, can you please move out the way? We're trying to get into muscle cell. There's nothing in here. We gotta get in. And then, well, the big weird thing is actually Glut4. It says, hey, I'm no big weird thing, but you can get in if you have an insulin. Like, okay, we have an insulin. Now will you let us in? Well, it's not as simple, you know. You gotta put it in the weird big block thing to the right of me. To the right of them, boom, there's a weird big block thing. That block thing is insulin receptor. It's pretty important. It's really important. So, they go out, they go to the insulin receptor. They put the insulin there. They say, insulin, please stay here. Insulin says, okay. They go to the Glut4. Glut4 receives a signal that there's insulin at the receptor. And he says, oh, well, all right. Well, there's as you said before, there's no one in here. Totally, come in. But then the glucoses are smart about it. They have brains. They're really smart. And they say, hold on, only one of us should go, just in case. What if it's a trap? And they both agree. And what they say their goodbyes. One goes into the muscle cell. It's very, very empty in there. They don't know why. It's just very empty. Like no one's there. Nothing's there. It's like a desert. And then there's this weird thing behind it. It's a phosphate group. A phosphate group joins to the glucose, and glucose is like, oh, well, it wasn't so empty after all. It's just everyone was hidden, and now I'm hidden. Oh, and then the glucose that was outside, can't see him anymore, and assumes he's dead, and goes into a blood vessel to go somewhere else, maybe another muscle cell. And that's pretty much what happens when you eat food. Really crazy. Yeah. Thanks for watching.